So why would you want to drive for Uber or Doordash when you can deliver pizza and have a lot more fun? Welcome to Hanging Out with Popsie Guy. I want to share with you exactly how much money I make as a part-time pizza delivery driver. And I've had conversations with many people and they're like, oh, that's nice, you deliver pizza. Yeah, you're damn right I do, and I have a blast doing it. What other job can you do where when you pull up into someone's driveway, the door opens up and they smile instantly while you're walking up the driveway? And then they hand you cash. And you say, have a wonderful evening, and they do too. And then you get back in your car and turn on the radio. And you never have to worry about another thing after that. So I wanted to have this conversation with you for a couple of reasons. There are a lot of people I know in my situation. My situation is this: if you don't know, I'm 63 years old. I am unofficially and reluctantly retired. I lost my job in 2022 when we first moved down here to Pensacola. Unbeknownst to me, got the dreaded email, hey, we need you on a Zoom call Friday morning at 10 o'clock. This is the week before, no, it was 1 month to the day, excuse me, that we had moved to where we are right now. So I set up the Zoom call, and if you've been here, you know. And I know some of the folks that I follow on video, like my friend Sheila, she's been through it. There's two people on the Zoom call. One is your immediate boss, and the other one is this person you've never seen before, and they look like an attorney from My Cousin Vinny. And after about 5 to 7 minutes, they close the laptops, and you're just standing there looking into the wall going, what the heck just happened? I just lost my job. So that's what happened to me. And I bumped around. I did some things that all of us do, just try to pay the bills. I actually worked for what was considered the Uber of the medical community, and I can't remember the name of the company, but that didn't work out well because I was spending so much of my own money and not getting reimbursed for it that it just didn't make sense. So I made the decision to swing by a pizza shop here in Pensacola. I'm not going to use their name because I don't know what the social media guidelines are, but I'll give you a hint. There's a game named after them. So I went in and filled out, well, they told me to go home and do the application online, which I did. And I was just sharing this with my wife yesterday. Oh no, it was this morning. And the interview, I don't even remember the guy I interviewed with. He had his iPad out, and I'm 62 years old at the time, and he's going through, what are your 5 greatest strengths? What are your 5 greatest weaknesses? You know, in a pinch, he give me a scenario. How would you handle this? Then he says, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Man, I almost fell over. I had to keep a straight face. I'm like, well, I see myself as a contributing team member to the team and yada, yada, yada. I laughed. Like, where do I see myself in 5 years? Well, I'll be on Medicare and I hope I'm not in a nursing home, but I didn't want to say that. So anyway, this is what I'm encouraging you to do if you're in my situation and you're looking for a sustainable, fun way to interact with people. Because let's not kid each other, when you're no longer working, the life that you used to have is gone, and it takes time to readjust. You come to the realization, I don't care if you put 2 years, 20 years, or 30 years into a company, the people that you thought you were your friends at that company, after a while, you don't hear from them anymore. They're still working. You stop going out for coffee or for a beer and just getting caught up. And the reason is you don't have anything common anymore. It's not because they don't like you, it's because your lives went like this. So here you are in your mid-60s, early 60s, whatever, and you're thinking about taking Social Security, and you're thinking about what could I do for work until I can bridge that gap. And that was what happened to me. I'm being honest with you. So here's the deal. If you know you're going to take early Social Security, which I did at 62, then you know that there's an earnings limit to the amount of money you can make before you start seeing a reduction in your benefit. This year, it happens to be $1,907 a month, I believe, which is somewhere around $23,400 a year. So if you don't make more than that, then you know that your Social Security benefit is going to keep coming in. Well, let's not kid each other. You know, that's almost $2,000 a month, and you know that's pretty good money if you're working part time. Well, I make just about $1,400 a month delivering pizza. I work about I don't know, 15, 17 hours a week. My average is $29 an hour. Now that fluctuates, that goes up and down, but the average since I've been working in January, I started last year, I've got all the numbers for last year, they're not that much different. But that's pretty good money, right? That includes the tips, the cash and the online tips, but and also my salary. The salary here in the state that I'm in is for this company. If you're in the car delivering pizza, they pay you $10 an hour. If you're in the store, washing dishes, cutting pizza, taking things out of the oven, taking care of customers, doing that, it's $13 an hour. So I looked at it, it's about $11 an hour. So you get $11 an hour average plus your tips. Mine's $29 an hour. So where else, as I said before, can you go? It's an easy job. It's not hard. The challenge is that you're going to be 30 to 35 years older than most people that work there. So there is that generational divide. But if you're like me and you like people and you don't mind goofing around with them, a lot of these Gen Zers that I've been encouraging us all to help out, a lot of them are really sharp. You know, we don't give them enough credit for what they know. But then there's the flip side, and a lot of them are not that sharp. They're about as sharp as a bowling ball. They'd rather sit in the corner on their phone and just flip through and scroll when there's things to be done. And if you're a boomer like me, then you don't wait around being asked to do something. You just get it done, right? If things need to get done, if the floor needs to be swept, if the dishes need to be washed, if whatever, you just do it. And that's the part that's going to drive you the maddest, is if you do end up working with a significantly younger population, they don't work the same way you grew up working. I'm not saying they don't have a work ethic. What I'm saying is their work ethic is completely different. And this may not be true of all of them. I know it's not. But they are very id centered. You remember in college, we all learned about the id, which is thinking about myself all the time. You can call it narcissism. I'm not a psychology major. That's the problem. You know, when do I get a break? Why do I have to do this? How come he or she is not doing that? Is their main focus? And I don't even let it bother me, because I know that I'm going to put pizza in the bag. I'm going to put the bag in my car. I'm going to drive my car. I'm going to get out, and somebody is going to be waiting for me with a big smile on their face, and they're going to hand me money. Right? So what could be better than that? The other benefit of doing something like this, I'm not telling you rush to your local pizza parlor. That's Boston, wasn't it? Parlor. But consider it. You know why? Because what I love about what I'm doing right now compared to what I used to do, and what I used to do was own my own businesses. For most of my professional career, I was an entrepreneur, owned my own business. So I was always thinking about the business, always worried about how to make enough money coming in to pay the bills, always worried about compliance, always worried about licenses, always worried about clients, checking my email at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning to see what I'm going to be waking up to, seeing what I woke up to, completely screwing up the day that I had planned, and putting out fires all day long. I do not miss that. The only phone calls I get now are from people I know. The only emails I get are from the ones that I subscribe to. It's absolutely freeing. I get my work schedule once a week. I tell the young man that's running the place I'm working, here's my availability, and he does his best to work with that. It's awesome. It really is. Gives me some extra spending money. I'm staying below that Social Security cap, which is fine. Ultimately, between you and I, and don't tell anybody, what I'd love to do, my goal, is to monetize hanging out with Popsie Guy. Hanging out with Popsie Guy at some point, you know, because it's a business, and I love running a business. I love being an entrepreneur, but it doesn't matter how many YouTube videos I've watched from people that say YouTube is hard. More than most have never run a business before. It's not the YouTube that's hard, it's running the business of having a YouTube channel. I don't mind that. I don't mind this either. So hopefully one day I'll get to the point where I've got as many subscribers as 1,000 to get fully monetized, and then we'll just keep rolling out things that are interesting to you, interesting to others, and we'll make some money doing that. But I really just wanted to share with you, if you are in my position, even if you're younger and you're trying to do Uber and Lyft and Doordash and all of these different rideshare apps, in combination with those, walk into a local sub shop, a pizza delivery place, and say, hey, do you need some part-time drivers? And you know what they're going to say is, yeah, we just lost a guy last week. When can you start? And it's extra money, and it's literally stress-free. It really is not. Lastly, I'll tell you why I would rather do this than Uber or Lyft, because pizza does not throw up in the back of your car. Pizza does not talk back to you. Pizza does not trash your car. Pizza just sits there and smells good. You know? So I'd rather drive around pizza that doesn't talk back, throw up, or trash my car than people who, once they get in the back of my car, I have like no control what they're going to do. And plus, I don't know who they are. You know, I know the pizza. I took it out of the oven. I cut it up. I know it can't cut me. Anyway, I just thought I'd, you know, the mantra for my channel, for this channel, Hanging Out with Popsie Guy, is wisdom, experience, encouragement, and humor. So you're always going to get a little bit of humor from me in whatever I'm doing. I do have planned a couple of videos that humor is going to be hard to slide in, but these are concepts and content that most of us over 60 will absolutely understand. But anyway, there you go. I wanted to put it out there. Popsie Guy delivers pizza, makes $29.11 an hour on average, and is having a blast doing it. So check it out for yourself if you're looking for an opportunity to make extra money after you get the Zoom call where it says, you know, thanks for working for us for the last 30 years. Here's 1 month's pay. Here's Cobra. After that, sayonara. I've been there, done that. Don't want to do it again. So you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.